Hi, in this video we will see biomarkers of liver injury or toxicity. Drug-induced liver injury. Many different drugs have been found to induce liver injury, including herbal and dietary supplements, anti-infectious agents, anti-neoplastic or immunomodulators, and non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Anti-infectious agents include isoniazid, amoxicillin, particularly clavulanate, minocycline, nitrofurantoin, sulfonamides, azithromycin, ciprofloxacin, levofloxacin, cefazolin, etc. Antineoplastics or immunomodulators which induces liver injury includes thiaguanine, lepatinib, pazopanib, gemtuzumab, interferon beta, busulfan, floxuridine, flutamide, infliximab, etc. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs which causes liver injury includes acetaminophen, diclofenac, luminoxib, ibuprofen, naproxen, aspirin, etc. So, drug-induced liver injury is one of the main causes of chronic liver diseases. Drug-induced liver injury can mimic various other liver diseases such as acute cholestatic hepatitis, acute hepatic necrosis, fatty liver disease, acute viral hepatitis-like syndrome, chronic hepatitis, autoimmune hepatitis. Drug-induced liver injury is classified as intrinsic or direct, idiosyncratic or indirect injury is becoming a third type nowadays. So, intrinsic, we will see the characteristics of each one of them. So, intrinsic or direct injury is dose dependent and predictable, which with the onset of within 1 to 5 days. For example, acetaminophen induced liver injury is a common form which causes mitochondrial dysfunction and centrilobular necrosis of hepatocytes. Acute hepatic necrosis is the most common form. Next is idiosyncratic, which is not dose dependent. It affects only a small proportion of exposed individuals, and acute hepatocellular hepatitis is the most common form of idiosyncratic drug-induced liver injury. It ranges from weeks to months to develop, and then polygonum multiflorum induced liver injury is a typical example of idiosyncratic drug-induced liver injury. Third is indirect injury, which results from the action of the drug rather than from its inherent hepatotoxic effects or immunogenicity. Antineoplastic agents, glucocorticoids, monoclonal antibodies including against tumor necrosis factors CD20 or checkpoint proteins, and protein kinase inhibitors. Mechanism underlying drug-induced liver injury. The mechanism underlying drug-induced liver injury has not been fully elucidated. Reactive metabolites of drug in the liver could generate a variety of biochemical consequences, including covalent binding, stress kinase activation, mitochondria stress, endoplasmic reticulum stress, which either lead to necrosis, apoptosis, or elicit an adaptive immune response. Clinical scoring system for the diagnosis of drug-induced liver injury. Several clinical scoring systems have gradually emerged from the diagnosis of drug-induced liver injury, including Rossel-Uklough causality assessment method, American Drug-Induced Liver Injury Network System, Clinical Diagnostic Scale, Digestive Disease Week Japan systems. So, among this, American Drug-Induced Liver Injury Network System is not based on scores but on a probability estimation of causality. And on the other hand, the main method is RUCAM, that is most commonly used, and it based on scores and which has recently been updated. However, currently their predictive value is limited with certain inherent inherent deficiencies. Thus, perhaps the greatest benefit would be achieved by simultaneously combining the scoring system and those biomarkers. Use of biomarkers in drug induced liver injury. Biomarkers can be used to confirm liver damage, its severity, prognosis, confirm drug causality, define the type of drug induced liver injury. Prognosis means prognosis is a medical term for predicting the likely or expected development of a disease, including whether the signs and symptoms will improve or worsen or remain stable over the time. Ideally, a hepatotoxicity biomarker should not only be the signature of a liver lesion but should also identify the xenobiotic involved or at least one class of a chemical entities. Molecular biomarkers in drug-induced liver injury includes traditional biomarkers, genetic testing, serum markers, histological markers, omics technologies, and microRNA. So traditional biomarkers are elevations of traditional TBIL levels correlate with, that is total bilirubin, which comes under the traditional biomarkers. This elevation in this total bilirubin level correlate with whole liver function, while increase in AST to ALT concentration reflects hepatocyte necrosis, and ALP levels reflect damage to biliary epithelial cells or canalicular membrane. On the other hand, serum markers are not specific to hepatotoxicity or do not provide information regarding the mechanism of the injury. So, traditional and novel biomarkers are in use are currently used biomarkers for diagnostic purposes are AST, ALT, ALP, GGT level. Then serum autoantibodies include anti-epoxide hydrolase, then anti-CYP. Serum detection of reactive adducts like paracetamol, pyrrolizidine alkaloids. Then causality score by RUCAM method. Then determination of the drug or one of these metabolites, in for example paracetamol and vitamin A. Novel promising biomarkers includes glutamate dehydrogenase, keratin 18, sorbitol dehydrogenase, glutathione transferase, bile acids, cytochrome P450, osteopontin, high mobility group box 1 protein, fatty acid binding protein 1, cadherin 5, microRNA 122, genetic testing, and omics technologies. Histological markers of drug-induced liver injury includes high mobility group box 1 protein, fatty acid binding protein 1, cadherin 5. Current status on assessment of liver damage. Currently, the most reliable way to assess the extent of liver damage is by liver biopsy. However, a fibroscan or other non-invasive techniques will be sufficient in most cases. There are also blood tests that are used in the UK as marker of liver damage, such as FibroTest, FibroSure, and ActiTest. Increased serum level of ALT and aspartate aminotransferase is commonly used as a biomarker of hepatocellular injury, though its elevation can also be typical of muscle and cardiac damage respectively, demonstrating its poor specificity. In addition, these biomarkers do not allow to distinguish drug-induced liver injury from other etiologies of liver injury or identify its specific causative agent. The levels of liver enzymes also have a poor correlation with histological patterns and liver severity, lesion severity. So, importance of serum biomarkers. So we will see one by one how these biomarkers are important. So I have covered particularly novel biomarkers. First one is glutamate dehydrogenase. It is mitochondrial protein involved in amino acid oxidation and urea production. It relatively liver specific enzyme expressed in the mitochondrial matrix of hepatocytes and is not altered in response to muscle injury when compared to ALT or AST. It reflects loss of mitochondrial integrity. Second is bile acids. These are synthesized in the liver from cholesterol due to their amphiphilic and strong emulsifying detergent properties, which may damage the integrity of cell membrane and result in cytotoxic effects. Third is keratin 18. It is type 1 intermediate filament cytoskeletal protein responsible for cell structure and integrity. K18 is released from necrotic cells. CCK18 is derived from apoptotic cells. Cytochrome P450. It is superfamily of drug metabolizing enzyme in the hepatocytes of endoplasmic reticulum. Then glutathione is transferase. It is cytosolic enzyme abundant in liver. Then sorbitol dehydrogenase. It is also cytoplasmic enzyme and predominantly present in liver. Next is osteopontin. It is secreted multifunctional protein and its expression is regulated by interleukin 1 beta. It is associated with the degree of liver necrosis. So, importance of histological biomarkers of drug-induced liver injury. First one is high mobility group BOX1 protein. It is nuclear protein released into the extracellular space following cellular damage, and necrotic and immune cells are associated with HMGB1. Next is fatty acid binding protein 1. It is abundantly expressed in the cytosol of liver parenchymal cells and promising indicator of ongoing liver injury as its levels were found to increase before those of ALT. Next is cadherin 5. It is calcium dependent cell adhesion protein, an important component of endothelial adherent junctions. Next is importance of microRNA related biomarkers of drug induced liver injury. So, changes in the expression of microRNAs were involved in a variety of pathological events, including liver injury. Variants of microRNA 122 accounted for approximately 72% of the total liver microRNA, with superior characteristic regarding the liver distribution. Thank you.